1-0 Dolphins head into Baltimore to take on the 1-0 Ravens. It's a particularly fascinating quarterback matchup. Both Tua and Lamar are in a make-or-break situation this season, but for very different reasons. One for a long-term contract and the other quite possibly for his future. So who needs to make a bigger statement in just week 2 against each other, Tua Tagovailoa or Lamar Jackson?
I'm watching the Patriots-Dolphins game last week, and every time the Patriots started to move the ball, get a couple plays, a Hunter Henry pass, a Johnny Smith pass, there would be a huge hit, a turnover, a game-changing play. And I think I underestimated this Dolphins defense that you, Jason McCourty, played on last year going into this season. I think Lamar's in for something different than he expects maybe with this team, because you watch them on film, they're flying all over the ball. That's Melvin Ingram. Remember Melvin Ingram?
Yeah, sure.
He's wearing a single digit on the Dolphins as a pass rusher and was all over the field against New England. And you look at that defensive backfield with Xavier Howard, Javon Holland, talent up and down the roster. And I look at Lamar and I say, okay, now you look at the score of that Jets game. Yes, they won, but no explosive runs, no huge explosive plays outside the pocket. He did 2 big pass plays, one to Bateman, one to Duvernay. That was the game, and that is all you need when you win by that many points against the Jets. I'm curious to see what this Dolphins defensive game plan is like, because I think Lamar needs to start using those legs a little bit more against this team, which they're going to be flushing him out of the pocket quite a bit.
It was as if you just teed me up of what I'm going
former
with.
Dolphin.
They played last year, Thursday night football, and I want to show you guys what their drives were like throughout that game, how those drives ended for Lamar Jackson and this Baltimore Ravens offense. You're going to see there punt, 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 interception, fumble. They had 1 field goal, they missed 1, and they had a touchdown. The only 2 scoring drives of the entire game. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal. And on top of that, the Miami Dolphins, they just blitzed the hell out of Lamar Jackson. Javon Holland and Brandon Jones had the most blitzes in a game since 2016 when these next-gen stats started.
For safety?
For DBs, not just DBs. They had a ton of blitzes. They were all over him. And the Baltimore Ravens never had an answer for it. It was max blitz. There was no safeties back there in the middle of the field, on the halves of the field. It was just DBs covering receivers with absolutely no help. They kept Lamar in the pocket, and they got after him. So for me, I want to see Lamar Jackson and his Ravens offense. What is their adjustments? What are they going to do? You have to assume at some point Miami's going to come after him and see if they've made the adjustments from last season.
I had no idea the 2022 Dolphins were the steel curtain defense of the 70s. What the hell is going on here, guys? That was a hell of a hype job. I didn't know that out of nowhere.
They look good against the Patriots.
They look really good against the Patriots. To me, the answer is Lamar for so many different reasons. First of all, Allen and Mahomes and Herbert, and those are the guys. Hello, can I get some love over here? I came and I think this is in a sense, and I don't want to put any receipts out there, but like the Jets were not real good in week 1, and I feel like in a sense this is Lamar's season opener. All he did is show up against the Jets and just slap them around for a few quarters and throw 3 touchdowns, all of them pretty long, including 1 over 50 yards. Lamar's whole season is going to be about the contract extension. And we're in this weird, almost Kirk Cousins territory where it's like a week-to-week referendum on Lamar. I'm not totally sure why, but it's so unique with his contract situation, his own representation or lack thereof. That's always big. If he throws 5 touchdowns, do they do a deal? If he throws 3 interceptions, do they not do a deal? But then above and beyond that, the other optic with Lamar all year is just going to be, I guess I'm not one of the cool kids. I'm not totally sure why, but there's so much appreciation for Allen and Mahomes, and they were good. I know Lamar was hurt last year, but, you know, Patrick Mahomes does a shovel pass for the 50th time, and all our hair is supposed to be on fire. Lamar had an unbelievable no-look pass in that game against the Jets that no one seems to care about, and maybe we've been spoiled by Lamar's athleticism, and Peter says he wants to see more of it next week. So do I.
I think he's going to have to use it. I feel like there we saw him running around the pocket a little bit, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
Like, do you see the physical... Like, it looks like he's put on 10 to 15 pounds. It's muscle. It's big. Lamar looks different out there, and I'm not sure if it's the same Lamar that it was, and it's obviously going to help him long term, but like, have you noticed that he looks a little bit different? No.
No, you think is that a thing? He's gained weight? I didn't know.
I could see it.
Yeah,
He's bulked
right?
up. Like he's like this now.
Is there then
interesting.
an accompanying concern that maybe he'll lose a step or something?
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm
either.
curious to see. He looked the part on Monday, but like I think against this Dolphins defense, it's going to be pounding him. I'm curious to see how it goes.
There's a perfect soundbite to put out there for Lamar in the media, which is like, I think he might have lost the step, and the next time he's just going to blow someone out of their cleats. Yeah. I think Lamar has to have a huge game. I think, and oddly, there's almost more attention on Tua Tagovailoa in this game than there is in Lamar, because this Dolphins have this intrigue. But I go with number 8 for the Ravens.
Listen, I know when you play Jeopardy, the strategy is once you stay in one category, you should all kind of like go down it. But like Lamar, like, what are we doing? Tua, it's week 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lamar has an entire franchise worth of fans that are clamoring for him to get paid. He has nothing to prove. The people want him there. The people want him as the Baltimore Ravens quarterback. He's good. He's just going to be Lamar, and things will work out for him. Tua Tagovailoa, he is working for his career here week to week. He has suffered through 2 seasons of doubt, criticism, and at times it's warranted. His play has not been up to the expectation that he was coming into the NFL. This week to week, and last week he showed why he was drafted where he was. He showed why he was the quarterback he was coming out of college. Maybe Mike McDaniel is the right fit. Maybe finally having these 2 wide receivers. But if this happens, if things go poorly for him, the criticism, here it comes again. Someone else should take his job. Here it comes, on and on and on. I don't see that happening to Lamar Jackson, which is why I think in a week 2 situation against an MVP quarterback, Lamar has already won an MVP. Tua's nowhere near that just yet. Tua's more pressure on him. Every week, I think that's going to be the story.
I do too, and especially if they win this game, the Dolphins are going to be darling.
Did I just convince you to switch your?
I think maybe. The Dolphins are more interesting than the Ravens, just
in the sense that it's new and fresh, and the Ravens have been good for years. If the Dolphins
go 2-0, then we have a story.
With wins over the Patriots and Ravens.
Yeah.
Then it's McDaniel. Oh my God, this is the story of the season, and we all get excited. 2-0 is a big deal.
I actually think the Tua thing is interesting because I didn't, you follow it during the offseason, it's all the thing, and then you get there week 1 and he played fine. They put 24, like they played fine. Teddy Bridgewater's his backup. Like, that's the consummate backup. If things do start getting rocky, that's an obvious conversation on Sports Talk Radio. That could obviously be the conversation in South Florida, and things have not gone rocky yet. So I think that's why it is intriguing, Jamie, because the second the Ravens do get after him, there might be people chirping, and maybe it's time to go to Teddy already,
Yeah, especially with all of those weapons, the revamped offensive line, Tua, Jalen Waddle. So I can see that happen. But to me, the way their offenses ran, you watched their game last week, Tua had a few plays where it was just like, you just threw the ball up in the air, one guy knocks it down from about to be intercepted. He threw some as he's getting ready to get sacked and kind of just lets him loose. So those are the plays where it's just like the pressure comes because it's just like, you see the pass to Jalen Waddle, the anticipation is just like, it looks so good, this is what we're used to. And then you see some of the brain fart plays.
Brain fart.
It's like, which Tua are we going to get? But still, to me, the expectation for Lamar Jackson is so high that everybody's kind of waiting for Tua to mess up. I think with Lamar, it's just like you just said, we want to put him in the Patrick Mahomes and the Josh Allen conversation. So it's just like, hey, we're just waiting for it to get back there.
Listen, this could be a hell of a run for Tua Tagovailoa. The quarterbacks that he has to go up against and the storylines week in and week out. First it's Mac Jones, then it's Lamar, then Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, potentially Zach Wilson, and then Kirk Cousins. I mean, hello, he could prove himself week in and week out.